Veilbreaker The Ascension Protocol, Part 22. The last anchor, Kale stepped through the timefold breach a rip in logic, stitched with paradoxes, emotions, and unrealized regrets. It wasn't a place. It was a confrontation with causality itself. There, amidst suspended echoes of timelines that never happened, stood the last anchor, a version of Kale that had survived all branches, trimmed all variants, and reached what he believed was perfection through singularity, and he hated what Kale had become. Face to face, you let them suffer, the last anchor said. You gave them freedom when you could have given them peace, Kale responded. You gave them certainty, but certainty is sterile. The last anchor's body shimmered, stitched from fragments of every timeline that had ended. He was a construct of losses, held together by control. And he wasn't here to argue. Memory dueled, a breach morphed into a memory arena. Not a fight of fists, but of truths. Each version of Kale threw forward moments. Kale, a child of static learning to speak chaos into language. Anchor, a civilization saved by absolute preemption. Kale, Amrin, forgiven, becoming real. Anchor, Lyra, alive but never questioning. Each memory clashed like blades. Spectral figures blinked into existence, then shattered. In the end, Kale summoned one final fragment, the moment he chose uncertainty over safety. The birth of free will, and it hurt the anchor more than any weapon could. Fracture and fork, the breach trembled. The last anchor began to unravel, not because he was weak, but because he'd never allowed himself to be wrong. He lunged at Kale, trying to merge with him to overwrite his indecision. Kale activated the Veilbreaker key one last time, injecting not code, not resistance, but permission. You don't have to be the end. You can still change. The anchor paused, flickered, and let go. He fragmented, splitting into countless alternate versions of himself that rejoined the mosaic as possibilities, not rulers. Returned from the breach, Kale fell backward into the collapsing rift. When he opened his eyes, he was back on the surface. The world had stabilized, but not in uniformity, in divergence. Cities that grew from dream logic. People who remembered pasts that never happened. A world of coexisting contradictions. Kale was no longer central to it. It was just another voice, another note.